Welcome to On-Screen English with Steve Marshall. Lesson 25B is the second of the two-part lesson on modal auxiliary verbs for likelihood. This part of the lesson has the practice activities as well as a summary of the lesson. I recommend that you study Lesson 25A before doing this lesson. Here's the practice activity for modal auxiliary verbs for likelihood. Fill in the gaps in the sentences below with a modal auxiliary verb of likelihood. Decide whether the concept is certain, probable, or possible. See the information in brackets for clues. Whether the time idea is past, present, or future, and whether the modal auxiliary verb should be in the affirmative or negative form. There may be more than one possible answer. Here are the answers. Number 1. It can't or couldn't have been easy doing 3 jobs at once, meaning I'm sure it wasn't easy. 2. The food at the restaurant can be very spicy, meaning it probably is, it's a well-known feature. 3. You were driving so fast you could, might, or may have crashed. I think it was possible. 4. That delivery will be from my parents. It's my birthday. They always send me a present. 5. It shouldn't be too difficult to arrive in 3 hours. I'm optimistic. I think it's probable. And number 6. If you arrive at noon tomorrow, I may, might, or could be free. I think it will be possible. Here's a summary of the lesson. Modal auxiliary verbs for likelihood. Use them to express certainty, probability, and possibility. Degree of likelihood. It depends on the speaker's interpretation. If something is, was, or will be certain, probable, or possible in their mind. Use the correct negative and past forms. Some modal auxiliary verbs don't have future forms. And here's a rule of thumb. Percentages for degrees of likelihood are not scientific, but they can give you a rough idea. 99% will, 95% must. For certainty. For probability, 80% should, 75% can. For possibility, 50% may, 45% might, and 40% could. But as I've already said, these are percentages that I've invented to give you a rough idea. Degrees of likelihood can also be conveyed through body language, intonation, and other factors. Thank you, that's all for now. If you'd like to see the related video on-screen English, Lesson 25A, Modal Auxiliary Verbs for Likelihood, click on the link.